Everybody, I'm Logan Alec. I'm a CPA. I own Choice Tax Relief. Yesterday, Trump's Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick, came out and said that the president's goal is to eliminate income taxes for folks making less than $150,000 a year. Watch the clip.
How about no tax on tips? How about no tax on overtime? How about no Social Security? How about all those things? These are the kind of thoughts that will change America. I know what his goal is. No tax for anybody who makes less than $150,000 a year. That's his goal.
Interesting, right? Interesting. Particularly interesting because we haven't heard this $150,000 figure from Trump or Musk or anybody else. And this is coming from the Commerce Secretary, right? The Secretary of Commerce. You'd think remarks like this would come from maybe the Secretary of the Treasury or maybe Billy Long, Trump's pick to run the IRS. It's come from the Commerce Secretary, Lutnick. What's also interesting here, because you got to realize, whenever there's these outlandish statements like this, right? I don't care who the politician is, because politicians, if they're a good politician, they're going to be masters of rhetoric, right? The question is, when you hear stuff like this, you got to be discerning, and you got to ask yourself, is this just kind of populist rhetoric, right? Talking points to get the administration in the news, like looking like they're working for the people, or is this an actual policy item that the administration will pursue? I'll leave you to make that determination, but I just want to point out that last month, this same guy, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, claimed that Trump's goal was to abolish the IRS.
Donald Trump announces the External Revenue Service, and his goal is very simple. His goal is to abolish the Internal Revenue Service and let all the outsiders pay.
That was just last month, a few weeks ago, in February. So it's kind of weird, right? So last month, this guy is saying Trump's goal is to abolish the IRS. Now this month, he's saying that Trump's goal is to eliminate, leave the IRS around, but just eliminate income tax for folks making less than $150,000 a year. It seems like the goalposts are kind of moving here. And I'm curious where we're going to end up with this, right? I mean, if in the span of a month, we've gone from the Commerce Secretary that Trump's goal is to abolish the IRS to now saying, yeah, maybe not abolish the IRS, but just make no income taxes for folks less than 150K here in March. What's the tune going to be in April? Is it going to be like, oh, maybe 150K was too high. How about no income tax for folks making less than 100? May comes around. No income tax for folks making less than 50. June comes around. No income tax for folks making less than 10, right? Which is pretty much where we're at now, because the standard deduction, even for an individual, is more than $10,000 a year, right? My read on this is it's just talking points, it's rhetoric. I mean, this Lutnick guy, no one had really heard about him before he became Commerce Secretary. I think he's just trying to get his name, out there in the news and stuff like that, because I haven't heard this $150K figure from anybody in this administration before that. All we had heard before this was, throwing out the idea of abolishing income tax, replacing with tariffs, getting rid of the IRS. But now we have this kind of retreat. Okay, we're going to keep the IRS around, but maybe we're going to try to make it so no one who makes less than a certain dollar amount, say 150, pays income tax. It's interesting. I'd love to know, you folks out there, what's your read on this? Why the kind of retreat from abolish income tax entirely, according to the Commerce Secretary last month, is Trump's goal, to now him saying in March, his goal actually isn't that, but it's to get abolished income tax for folks making less than 150. They're just blowing smoke, just throwing numbers out there, just to try to get his name and his face in the news, or what's going on here. I'd love to hear your opinion from folks out there. Anyway, folks, thanks so much for watching. Like I said, I'm Logan Alec. I'm a CPA. I own Choice Tax Relief. We do help folks who owe back taxes of at least $10,000. If that's you, you qualify for a free consultation. You can give us a call at 866-8000-TAX or visit us at choicetaxrelief.com. Fill out the form on the website and we will reach out to you. I have some other videos about Trump on the side of the screen for your viewing pleasure and enjoyment. See you in the next video, guys. Bye-bye.